Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Debbie O'Neill from Stamps and Stuff, and I am a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based out of beautiful Lake Havasu City, Arizona, along the Colorado River. Today I have a really neat technique, and it's really one of my favorites because it really packs a punch with the wow factor, and it's easy to do, a little bit messy, but you can make several backgrounds and make easy cards. You can just load up with a whole bunch of these backgrounds and make easy cards just lickety split. So anyway, this is a tie-dye technique, and believe it or not, it's done with computer paper. Can you see that? It's really cool. Now, as I'm doing this technique, you don't have to worry about any of the particulars or anything, because you can go to the website. Let me get this in frame here. You can go to the website, stampsandstuff.org, and we have a free tutorial that you can print off. It's got a photograph and a complete step-by-step tutorial, a supply list, and everything. Actually, it's going to look like this. And so it has the photograph and all the measurements and the instructions how to do the tutorial, and then it's got a supply list of all the supplies that I used. Now, if there's anything that you need, you can go to my online store and get them there. And when you get to the tutorial, if you want to click on any of the items there, it'll take you right to the store where you can buy them. And so anyway, let's get going. Okay, now this is what I generally do. I take my computer paper and I cut it into a 2.5 by 3.5. Oh, I'm getting a message here. Let me make sure that I am broadcasting. I think so. I think everything's okay. Anyway, 2.5 by 3.5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the paper and I'm going to crinkle it up. And what I have is I have 3 Stampin' Up inks. I have crushed curry, Old Olive, and Mary Merlot. So anyway, you can take any 2 or 3. Sometimes you can get 4 in there, but you have to be careful if you get too many inks, because what you'll end up with is mud. Too many ink colors together always turn to brown. So anyway, what I do is I want to get this wet here. I want to start off with my lightest color, and I'll use more drops of my light color than I will of the others. So I'm just going to take it and touch it to the paper, and I want to touch it in a couple of spots, and I want to kind of turn it over. So you're going to use more of your light color than your darker colors. Then I'm going to move on to my Mossy Meadow. And usually, if you have it wet enough, when it hits the paper, it'll start to absorb into the paper. Okay, let me go over here. Hopefully I got this wet enough. Okay, now I'm going to take my darkest color. Okay. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more water in there so we can get it absorbing that ink. And also, don't be worried about, see there's white spaces. White spaces are good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this. Okay, and I'm going to take my heat gun. And I'm just gonna, I want to start getting it heated and dried before I start trying to unfold it, because it's pretty fragile, you know. Computer paper is pretty thin, and when it's wet, it's going to be pretty fragile. So as this starts to dry, it'll kind of start coming apart. Did you see that smoke? You don't want to get too terribly close. Okay, now I'm going to kind of gently take this, and you don't have to worry about it tearing, because I have some that I've done that have torn, and they are the prettiest ones that I've done, and you're gonna think this is a hot mess. Okay, get a little bit more. This is a little bit messy, but you want to make sure you get it dry before we move on to the next part of this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of straighten it out a little bit, but I don't want to lose the little nooks and crannies there. Let's see, and I'll try and decide which side I want to be up. Okay. Now, I'm going to give it just one more shot here. Make sure I've got this dry. Okay. Now, this, you're going to take your Versamark pad, and you're just going to lightly go over this. And what you want to do is you just kind of want to get the nooks and crannies, the creases, not the creases, but where it's the peaks. Okay. Put the embossing powder on. Okay, we'll put this over there. And there you go. Now then, what I will do with these little focal point images is I will mount them. You see that? Isn't that pretty? I will mount them on a gold piece, and then I will match them to a designer series paper or my cardstock. Now the instructions that I have on the website for the tutorial, they are actually for this card, and every one turns out differently. So I used the crushed curry because there was more yellow in this, and so this is how this one looks. And then I do the envelopes. This one has a little more purple in it. I did this with a purple. I don't remember what color it was. It was, oh, I don't remember now. So I backed it, and then I put some type of a panel generally that has an embossing folder, and just about any embossing folder looks good. And then this one had the same colors that I just used, a little more of the crushed curry in it. And so and this is the Mary Merlot. So I backed it with the Mary Merlot. So anyway, this is exactly what you'll do, and you will mount this onto your focal point and then make your card, and that's basically all there is to it. So if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you'd like the video or share and comment. If there's any technique you'd like to see, I'd like to do techniques on Tuesday. And if there's any you'd like to see me do, then just put that in the comment section, and I'd be happy to get things together. But you can print off the tutorial on the website, and gradually I'll be going through my repertoire of techniques, so you'll be able to have a technique book. So if you print them off every week, gradually you'll have a book that has all your techniques in them. If you would like to subscribe, I'd appreciate that. And if there's anything that you need by way of Stampin' Up! Supplies, I'd appreciate it if you'd support my online business. You can go to the website. This is the host code for November, and for every $35 order before tax and shipping, there's a free host code gift. And this time it is a note card set, and there is 24 envelopes and note cards, and it's really a cute set. On the website there is a sample of some projects that I did with this. So it's really cool. And our drawing, for if you like, share, comment, subscribe, anything like that, if you share and subscribe, you get 3 entries into our drawing. And this month is we'll be drawing on the 1st is a paper pumpkin kit. So anyway, I think that's about it. I hope you enjoy this technique, and it is, get your hands a little messy, but what I do is I take just a little bit of liquid bleach and I kind of rub my fingers, then I rinse it off and wash them with soap and water, and it all comes out. So anyway, it's worth it. But I usually do this, and I might do 10 or 20 of them, and they're just make a really quick card, but a really stunning card with lots of wow factor. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and hope you have a great Thanksgiving holiday, and hope to see you again. Thank you for stopping by.